There was a time when childhood felt endless. Days stretched wide open, filled with nothing but imagination, adventure, and the kind of freedom that made you feel alive. You didn't need much, just a little curiosity and the freedom to chase it. You played until the streetlights came on. Back then, the world was something you touched, explored, and got lost in. But now childhood fits inside a 5-inch screen. The laughter, the curiosity, the wonder, all filtered through pixels, compressed into bite-sized content, stripped of its soul. Something sacred has been taken from this generation, and they don't even realize it. Because how do you miss something you never truly had? For the first time in history, childhood isn't shaped by real experiences, but by algorithms. Attention spans have shrunk, conversations have become surface level, genuine emotions are harder to access. And the saddest part? Most people don't even realize it. Because how do you miss something you never truly had? A generation has been raised on screens, and we are only now beginning to understand the consequences. The most critical years of brain development, the years meant for imagination, social interaction, problem solving, were quietly replaced by an endless stream of content, notifications, and artificial validation. Instead of learning how to sit with discomfort, kids learned how to escape it. Instead of processing emotions, they learned how to scroll past them. Instead of engaging with the real world, they learned how to curate a version of themselves for the digital one. And now we're seeing the effects in ways we can't ignore. Dr. Twenge, a leading psychologist on generational behavior, has found that since the rise of smartphones and social media, anxiety and depression rates have skyrocketed. Self-worth is now measured by likes and followers. Kids are growing up more connected than ever, yet feeling more alone than any generation before them. Why? Because social media doesn't connect people. It keeps them engaged. And there's a difference. Real connection requires depth, presence, vulnerability. But in a world where everything is filtered, edited, and curated, true authenticity is becoming rare. People don't talk anymore. They perform. They don't experience moments. They document them. And slowly, without even realizing it, they lose touch with the most fundamental human experience, being fully present. And this rewiring doesn't just disappear in adulthood. It follows you. Maybe you've noticed it. The way your hand reaches for your phone the moment there's silence, the way focusing on a book, a conversation, even a single thought feels harder than it should, the way real life sometimes feels dull, as if it's missing something. But it's not life that's become less interesting. It's our ability to engage with it that's changed. Dr. Turkle, an expert in human technology interaction, describes it as being alone together. You can be in a room full of people, yet feel completely disconnected. Because when interactions become digital, they lose their depth. The warmth of eye contact, the subtle emotions in someone's voice, the presence of another human being, none of it can be replicated through a screen. And over time, the brain forgets how to seek real connection. It becomes comfortable with surface-level interactions, even if they leave you feeling empty. But here's the part no one tells you. Just because you were wired this way doesn't mean you have to stay this way. The human brain is adaptable. It learns. It heals. But only when it's given the chance to. And that starts with something most people don't know how to do anymore. Being alone with yourself. No screen, no distractions, just you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your real, unfiltered existence. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. Your mind will crave the quick hit of stimulation, the easy escape. But if you can sit with it, if you can give your brain the time and space to reset, you'll start to notice something. Your focus will come back. Your attention span will grow. You'll start feeling more deeply, more fully. You'll rediscover the beauty of real presence. The kind that doesn't need validation, the kind that doesn't require an audience. And that's the thing about all of this. The childhood you lost may never return, but the depth, the presence, the richness of life, that is still yours to reclaim. You don't have to live your life through a screen. You don't have to let an algorithm decide how you feel, what you think, what you pay attention to. Real life, the kind that exists beyond a scroll, is still waiting for you, and it always will be.